honed across years of MLBB. So as we jump into the drafting phase for game number 2, let's see if that chemistry by picking the Valentina first. So with it gone from the pool, it's a little less for Nightmare to have to worry about, and they will start by contesting the show straight away.
It was a ban that they kind of pulled through in the first game because it was flexed by Ulfhednar yesterday. Well, for Ulfhednar, they didn't really make any changes, still the same bans. Now Khalid, Gatot, they're all on table. We saw that Valentina Hylos opening in game 1, but Hylos has been banned by Nightmare.
I think banning out Hylos is a really good shout here. That Glorious Pathway is such a powerful tool to not just engage, but also to split apart fights. We saw it being used to cut off the tier 2 previously, and that just made movement difficult. But with Hylos gone, you will go ahead and snatch up the Gatot.
Does, again, set Ulfhednar up for any particular big ultimates that Nightmare Esports will have. So the Aurora comes through, this one is pretty much expected. The Khalid was also an option. We'll see if Nightmare Esports just wants to reveal it, because even when you show the Khalid, it doesn't really tell you too much where the Khalid and Cho will go. Something that Ulfhednar demonstrated yesterday. Suyo, though, will be their option.
Well, it is true that picking Khalid with Cho doesn't give you direct confirmation of who's going where. It does mean that you already know that these heroes are Roman EXP. So that allows Ulfhednar to still prepare for it somewhat. Looks like they will go ahead and grab the Suyo in advance here. And let's see if Ulfhednar want to go for the Alpha counter.
Do take the Harif Alpha not on that radar for now. It comes down to whether Nightmare wants to ban that hero out. One thing is for sure up to this point, which is Nightmare Esports has not shown that they could put Oppa on that Cho XP, so that Matilda is definitely not a consideration at this point of time. I think Coach Osprey is very aware of that, so they go for the Bruno ban instead. Any heroes that could give Harif a hard time.
Now, Harif is a pretty common lane dominator style hero, not quite as strong in poking compared to something like a Bruno, but that's why you decide to get rid of it, so that Harif can still perform well against other matchups. There are, of course, heroes that can actually do pretty well against him. Natan can outscale Harif, Iritel can outmobilize Harif, Beatrix is also a safe fallback, so I think that there's still plenty for Nightmare Esports to pick up.
How much homework did Osprey did for this series? Because there's also the Lunox, right? We always look back at Lunox as one of the direct answers to Harif if we get to that point. See if Nightmare has experience with that hero. Nolan gets banned now as the jungler for Ulfhednar has not been picked yet. Tianzi's options are going to be limited just a little bit. He still has Hayabusa in the pool. The Ling is always there. We had the Julian as well. We've seen a couple of teams pick that up.
I think if they're going to continue banning junglers, then Hayabusa is the most likely option here, because Ling and Alpha are both somewhat manageable when you have a Cho on your side. Hayabusa would be the hardest person to catch, so maybe, let's see if they agree with me.
I would agree with you. I think Hayabusa needs to go.
Yep.
It's not just based off of Tianzi's performance, but at the same time is how annoying the Hayabusa can be, right? We know that Ulfhednar can accelerate the game very fast. The performance in game 1, you don't really need TNZ to do too much because everyone else has laid out the groundwork. So they banned the Joy instead. The Hayabusa True. We'll see if TNZ will get it again.
I guess Joy is also kind of annoying to deal with, but I do feel like it's a little easier to catch in comparison. So because of that, Hayabusa gonna get locked in by TNZ once again, and they're gonna keep Alien's pick a mystery until the very end. Let's see if he does go back onto the Terizla.
There is one plus point for Nightmare's current draft. You have two heroes that have ways to do with Hayabusa. Well, Aurora has a passive. Suyo sort of have iframes and damage reduction with the immortal form as well. So I suppose it's a bit more manageable compared to that game 1 situation. Now they gotta review the last 2 picks. First of all, is this gonna be a roam show for Jasmine? And what is the marksman gonna be? Is that Lunox a consideration?
I think Lunox
or Beatrix, I think.
I actually do think Lunox would be a pretty good idea, because the Brilliance also helps you deal with Hayabusa somewhat, right? It's already known to be a counter to Harif in lane, but looks like they'll go for the more reliable Natan and the Edict.
Still think Khalid is good for Ulfhednar. It is open. They do play the Khalid too. So you did point out that Gatot isn't the best engager alone, right? So you need kind of a secondary setup. I mean, there's still Terizla for Aiden if he really wants that.
Yeah, Terizla is open. Like you mentioned, the Khalid is still open. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that Alien could go for at this point. He could also pick up the Gatot and become the secondary initiator if they grab something else for Apex, since the Roam hero pool is actually still quite open at this point.
That too. Unless they throw a curveball and go Matilda, but I don't see that happening. And he's not in this draft. So the Arlet. Me and LaFell have been talking about the Arlet yesterday. When will we get to see this hero, right? High skill cap, but also one of the biggest playmakers in the current game. And while Ulfhednar will give us the taste first Arlet appearance on the wildcard stage.
I think this is a very Ulfhednar type draft. You have the Arlet to start off the fight, then you follow up with the Gatot and high mobility heroes in the Hayabusa and Harif to really play around things. Nightmare Esports gonna have a pretty tough time here, I think, in this.
To a game 3, but Ulfhednar is going to ride off the wave from game 1. Let's see if that will continue in game 2.
The land of Dawn shall bear witness to what could potentially be the conclusion of the conflict between these two opponents here at the M6 wildcard stage. Ladies and gentlemen, into the land of Dawn for game number 2. Ulfhednar on the red side versus Nightmare Esports on the blue.
First and foremost, we're seeing a bit of an interesting approach from the side of Ulfhednar. The first thing that caught my attention was the war cry on Rosa's Valentina instead of the Brace Might that we saw in game 1. But again, Jasmine on this show is so much easier to get that passive online, you cover so much distance with Jit Kundo. Early level Cho damage has been elevated thanks to the recent nerfs to base HP. And the wave clear for Ulfhednar is definitely matching up.
Yeah, but they're still gonna go aggro anyway. Rosa and Apex going very far and dropping Soul down to 10% already. Jasmine able to return the favor just slightly, but we're not gonna see anything too aggro early on, I'm pretty sure.
And even when you want to slowly transition to aggro side bot lane.
Speaking of though, too easy for Lexi on top of Alien, misses the snipe, good sidestep. Here comes the rest of Ulfhednar, a nice taunt onto Jasmine into the Ogi Shadow Kill. Jasmine flickers out, able to avoid it, but now too easy for Lexi is the one who eats dust in his stead. First blood for TNZ.
Yeah, they wanted to jump out of the frying pan, but straight into the fire, sacrificing the jungler. Jasmine definitely regretting doing that flicker. Might as well take that to the chin. Very unfortunate for Nightmare Esports, but perfect for TNZ, who is also running Warcry, so Ulfhednar wants to amp up that early damage.
Well, you could also make the argument that if Jasmine didn't flicker, that could have been a double kill, right? So, in the end, you just gotta accept what has happened, but giving a Hayabusa advantage over a Suyo is not something you want to have. Oh, beautiful! Flicker final slash into 2! Into the AOG! It is disaster for Nightmare Esports! So Soul able to flicker out, Frigid Glacier to respawn, Wave the Dragon, gets a nice kick onto Rosa. He's able to purify out, but still ends up falling because his health is too low. But Alien will finish off, too easy for Lexi in the meantime, and continue distracting Jasmine so that TNZ can get the turtle.
And that's the combo you mentioned during the draft stuff, the final slash into the avatar of the Guardian. TNZ will get this first turtle for a team. Alien still being an absolute menace. Upper does miss the onwards though.
Oh,
again.
Another final slash Nightmare. This is what we talked about. Stop prolonging the fights. Another kill for Ulfhednar.
Clearly you can see that Nightmare Esports were indecisive, right? Jasmine and Oppa were fishing for a kill, but now there might be more.
A beautiful taunt on Apex, and now that's a killing spree on the Rome Gatot, by the way. TNZ gonna get one for himself as well because he wants a consolation prize. Sunshine pops the Zaman Force, AOG into the tower, nice flicker into the wall, but a taunt by the Gatot and Apex tanking the tower. Kamito at 10%, no minions left. Can he get away? Nope, Rosa's here. That should be the end for Kami.
At least he got the cannon on the way out. Apex should survive. Let's see, can he land an arrow?
Ooh.
Apex just eats it, right? Presses the regenerate late, but it really doesn't matter. The gold grab goes over the Sunshine. Ulfhednar again, just like game 1, taking everything from Nightmare, but at a much earlier timing.
This is a 3-0-4 Rome Gatot. 100% kill participation in 7 kills before 4 minutes.
Almost a 3k goal lead for Ulfhednar.
I wonder how much of that is on Apex 47. He's just thinking, wait, I'm not supposed to be this farmed.
Oh boy. Rosa should go for more.
Also, Frigid Glacier stolen on him. Taunt on Apex once again.
Ow.
Jasmine too late. Mega kill for Apex 47. Jasmine trying to run away. AOG shunpoed, but Rosa is there to pick up the kill.
Stop this carnage, Ulfhednar. I know Nightmare gave them a bit of an advantage. They took it and they ran with it. TNZ is gonna look for a solo kill. Good iframes with the Blaze Surge. Too easy for Lexi. Makes it look easy, yes. But Ulfhednar, they're gonna set up for the next turtle potentially, or maybe even better, onto Kami.
Sunshine just got Starly and Scythe in 4.5 minutes. Final slash comes in. 3-man gank on Cammy. Entropy to the other side of the tower. Can he escape? No, he cannot. Way of the Dragon is too late to save him. Unstoppable streak for Apex at the 5-minute mark. Revitalize comes out. Freeze doesn't even bother him.
How many shots did he took from the turret? Good aggro management. Oppa, I'm not sure if you want to stay there.
Dodge that? How did they know even? And the final slash just to add a bit of insult to injury.
This is, I want to say slowly, but it is getting out of control way too quickly that Nightmare Esports could spell Nightmare. And Ulfhednar, they will get the second turtle for sure. There's no way that Nightmare can contest any objectives. Sunshine is so strong, look at that! Almost solos Cammy.
Oh, Jasmine, can he get the kick this time? He does, but they're still purified. It's a 3-man gank this time on Sunshine, and Nightmare finally bites back with a kill of their own.
Finally, a big shutdown. That is almost a 2k goal swing just off of that one kill. Going over to Lexi, who needed that goal to recover. They'll get more than that though. Top tier 1 will be given over to the minion wave turtle for Ulfhednar. But at least Nightmare Esports finds a way to stabilize the game.
Yeah, Sunshine needed to be dealt with. The Apex already got so many kills. TNZ is online. You cannot have a Harif to deal with on top of all of that. So that'll at least slow him down just a little. But Nightmare Esports needs to up the ante more. Jasmine needs to find more pickoffs.
He's been getting some pretty decent kicks. It's just Nightmare were not prepared to take a lot of these early skirmishes. Alien's going to make it hard as well.
Alien Rosa both very comfortable of just walking forward and zoning Nightmare out of the brush. There is a very notable EXP difference between them.
Especially right now, Arla doesn't have mana requirements, right? So you don't even need to bother about running out of that blue resource. He's been doing a very good man-to-man defense against Jasmine. Sometimes it's Alien, sometimes it's Apex 47, but 100% of the time it's Ulfhednar being able to keep up with Nightmare.
Rosa in trouble here, does still have Purified though, so Jasmine not gonna find the kick he needed. TNZ just got Sky Piercer a moment ago too, so Ulfhednar definitely wants to make something happen.
See if they can continue this. I mean, Jasmine has to wait for the Way of the Dragon. At least he knows that Rosa won't have Purify for another minute. Alien.
1v2, absolutely fine. They don't have enough damage yet on him, and the AOG comes in, catches too easy for Lexi, into the taunt, and here comes TNZ, final slash. Not needed, but why not? Unstoppable for the Hayabusa.
Just got a gold swing and got taken down right after that. This does not feel good if you're the Suyo. You're on a road to recovery, and Ulfhednar just stifled that growth. Now they are going to lock out the entire bottom side to set up for the third total of the game.
We see a conceal play. I think Jasmine wanted to find TNZ, but he's obviously not going to overextend himself at this point. This is being accelerated heavily by Ulfhednar. They're very comfortable with going for a 3-man roam around the map while allowing TNZ and Sunshine to farm.
At the same time, Rosa does have the Primal Wrath. Find Alien, but no way in. Noppa will disengage. This should be the end of it. You just have to hand it over to Ulfhednar. There's nowhere for Nightmare to go in, but it seems like they want to try.
I don't agree with their positioning here. Alien, 2-man final slash outside of the Avatar Guardian, but it still works out because Opper is now isolated. Primal Wrath not gonna save him. Killing spree now for Rosa as well. Entropy by Cammy forward, but he gets stunned and taunted. A bad play. Monster kill for Apex 47.
What was Cammy thinking that you took Flicker, no Purify, and he decided to Entropy when he only has a Feather of Heaven to try and fight Ulfhednar in that mid lane? That tower was gone no matter what Nightmare did. I agree, I agree with you, Sadafa. I didn't like how Nightmare were positioning. They have to understand that there is a big red zone that they cannot get close to due to the amount of setup and lead Ulfhednar has. But Nightmare kept stepping across the line, and right now it might be the point of no return. We are 9 minutes into the game. It's almost a 7k gold lead for Ulfhednar.
Yeah, look at Rosa just standing there, doing damage. Very, very comfortable in Nightmare's half of the map. Nightmare, this is a massive issue with their gameplay. They keep trying to contest objectives when it's clear that they're not able to. Playing the map would have way more value for them.
Conceal is used, trying to look for any avenues, but again, there's nothing for them.
Such an awkward angle for Nightmare Esports. They try to do something, Ulfhednar is just perfectly far enough away. Apex eating so much, Frigid Glacier on Alien, and he just survives all of it. I think they stole the purple buff as well. Wave of the Dragon purified by Rosa with the Primal Wrath used. whittling down Jasmine and forcing another flicker with the Avatar, the Guardian.
Man, Apex is just eating shots after shots. That's why he is truly the Apex Predator. He's 6-0-7, man. 100% kill participation. He has 6 kills as a roam Gatot.
Okay, Shadow kill unfortunately just clears the wave, so too easy left for Lexi will be able to get out there, but the structures are whittling down. Only inhibitors left standing for Nightmare.
Oh, I saw Apex 47 stretching his arm a little bit. He's like, ah boy, get in this backpack. I am not just Gatot Kacha, not just a local hero, but I'm also the avatar of Ulfhednar in game 2. The damage taken as well, right? He does the most damage, takes the most damage as well. He can dish a punch and eat a couple more.
He's just stretching his arms, you know. He's tired from the way he's been carrying the game so far.
It's like muscle of iron, bones of steel. That's Gatot Kacha right there.
And that is Apex 47 for you. The Cho should be able to outmaneuver a Gatot most of the time, but he's just at the perfect place on the whole game.
It's going to be tough. So 9k gold lead with a Lord about to barrel down that mid lane. All outer tier turrets has been taken out. So Nightmare only has a base and a dream. I'm not sure if Cammy is even ready to defend this. He has the Stardom Scythe. I'm not sure if the damage is enough.
And look at the wave sync as well. The way Ulfhednar is matching up the wave in every single lane. This is only the first Lord, but Nightmare have so much to deal with. Entropy popped early by Cammy to deal with it as soon as possible. Mid tower should survive. And because of the pulses from the towers, they will be able to clear things up. But that means no more defenses. It's all Nightmare for now.
Next Lord will be an even stronger one. The one that runs straight into your building. And Ulfhednar, they can keep doing this unless Nightmare Esports finds one of the kicks of Jasmine's life.
Yeah, Jasmine has a lot of pressure. Just look at how much damage a single auto attack from Sunshine does to him. These towers are not going to survive. Ogi Shadow Kill used up top, and he gets it! Mega kill for TNC with the Sky Piercer proc right in front of Soul. They catch out one, kick Alien into the crystal, so that's their consolation at least.
Wow, okay, so it's a bit of a punish, but I'm not sure if it's gonna do too much. Holy Crystal online for Sunshine. He, just like game 1, he got that as a third item. It's gonna be so strong right now.
Such good dodging. You can see how easily Ulfhednar is sidestepping things. A taunt on the Jasmine! Immortality's gone! Ugi Shadow Kill comes out! Unstoppable streak for TNC!
Oh my goodness!
Cammy is gone! Godlike streak for Apex 47! They don't even need a minion wave!
And he just got a Winter Crown. Good luck trying to take him out. If it already wasn't impossible, now he's even tougher. Rosa, the Thorn Queen, just got herself a Holy Crystal.
That's a statement right there. Not an item you'd usually grab on Valentina anymore, but when you're this far ahead, why not have some fun? The second inhibitor mid lane falls to Ulfhednar without even needing to wait for the next Lord. Big items being purchased left and right. It's only a matter of time now before Ulfhednar cements their dominance.
You know, it's a big problem when the Roma on Ulfhednar's side has more net worth than the Natan.
Yeah,
how is this possible?
Well, when your roamer is 708, I think that does mean something.
I'm so stunned.
Bourbon final slashed away, can't even prop the Primal Wrath, he's just gone. But Apex 47 finally gonna get shut down here with the kick into the tower. And the shutdown actually went to Cammy, so maybe a little bit of catch-up gold for Nightmare.
They didn't have the chance to even press the Winter Crown due to the crowd control. That's gonna be a big swing, big goal injection for Cammy. They should be able to contest the Lord for now, stop Ulfhednar from taking that objective, but only momentarily.
TNC looking for Cammy, unfortunately gets disrupted, so has to back off, and the Lord actually does get reset. Much needed breathing room for Nightmare Esports.
Jasmine, he's just trying to open the map, but his team isn't there.
He's way too far forward. That's a mistake. That's a free kill for Sunshine. The rest of Nightmare, where was the communication?
Yeah, you have 2 waves that needed to be dealt with. Clearly, the rest of Nightmare are trying to deal with the mid and the bottom wave, but the fact that Jasmine was so deep in basically forfeited any chances if Nightmare wanted a secondary contest. Sunshine taking down the Lord, Ulfhednar essentially setting themselves up to win this game number 2 unless Nightmare pulls out a miracle.
They are officially flexing at this point. When Rosa's just standing in front of your walls, you know that the game has not gone well for them. The Lord has been claimed, the minion waves continue to be synced up. What can Nightmare even do?
I mean, Her Majesty demands respect, right? You have to bow down to someone who is literally the queen right now. Ulfhednar just have one more inhibitor to deal with, but they might not even need to do so with the Lord coming in.
Up TNZ already, Ogi Shadow kill on too easy for Lexi. Will he pop?
Oh.
Nope, just outside Sky Piercer range, luckily for Nightmare. Oh, that is monstrous from Ulfhednar! A masterful combination of beautiful chemistry as they take down Nightmare Esports and make a statement that they are here to play and that Swiss stage ticket belongs to them.
One step closer to qualifying for that Swiss stage and one step closer to that path to glory. Is all rays and sunshines, this green field on the other end, but for Nightmare, this is something that they will have to sleep through tonight. A crushing defeat at the... Aside from Ulfhednar, no one has really gone for Valentina first pick that consistently, but we gotta give props to Apex 47, our MVP, the cheerleader of the team, but also the guy that puts everyone on his backpack as the Gatot Kacha 7, 1, and 12. Nothing went wrong for him.
How do you have 7 kills with a build like this? It is full tank. There's not a single damage item. He didn't even go like concentrated energy like you mentioned, which would have been an insane item to go for. And still, he is destroying people left and right.
I would say a lot. Actually, a couple of these kills came from the Concussive Blast, right? He lands a taunt, the Concussive Blast procs and takes out his victim. But the fact that, again, Nightmare Esports keeps trying to take these scrappy fights is kind of mind-boggling, considering that they didn't really properly gauge, that they didn't have the resource to fight Ulfhednar this early on.
You can tell that there is a desperation that ends up feeding into disconnect from Nightmare Esports. They want to make something happen. They want to get kills. They want to get something at least that will tell them that they can stay in this game. But doing so is forcing unnatural plays from every single one of their players. There is a clear bridge. There is a clear gap between their calls that Ulfhednar is slotting cleanly into and spreading wide open.
Yeah, and again, the final nail in the coffin had to end with such a majestic execution of that combo. Ulfhednar really showing us what a flawless